Hey guys, I'm Andrew Henderson, Nomad Capitalist, nomadcapitalist.com here in Tbilisi, Georgia. Making a quick video as I hang out here at the hotel en route to the airport tomorrow morning. And wanted to talk about a new economic citizenship program, or a likely new economic citizenship program that is coming out right here in our neighborhood in Georgia. And this is an interesting program in that not only does it continue to prove what we've talked about over the last year or two, that we're going to have more quote-unquote real countries offering economic citizenship, but that, interestingly enough, this price actually is the first time I've seen lately where I say, I think they're not charging enough, or it sounds like they're not going to charge enough for the program. So Armenia has talked for a while about coming out with a citizenship by investment program. And they retained one of the firms that handles advising governments on these issues to come in and tell them what to do. Those numbers recently came out in the media in Armenian recently. One of my contacts in Armenia sent them to me. And here is what has been proposed. Option number one, make a donation of $50,000 to the government. I believe that they're going to set up some kind of fund for handling those kind of donations, or make an investment of $100,000 into something yet to be determined. Often in other economic citizenship programs that we talk about here on our channel, that investment is into real estate, sometimes it's into business, sometimes it's into government bonds. What we're seeing, or what I've seen when I've gone around Eastern Europe and I've seen a couple of other countries float these programs, and one other country possibly implementing one, is that they do like real estate. There is some uncertainty as to what kind of real estate it is. Is it going to be approved? Is it going to be just whatever you want? Government bonds are an option that they like. But, you know, you have very interesting kind of fragmented map in parts of Eastern Europe where governments need cash, and they are now apparently willing to give out citizenships for that. Armenia is not a great passport. It's a very interesting country, but it is a Tier C passport. You cannot go to the US, you cannot go to the EU with it. You need a visa for those countries. What is interesting is that if you're looking to build a portfolio, this could be the kind of passport that you would want to consider if you need to add Russia to the mix, if you need to add Iran to the mix, countries that are not as easily, visa-free for Western citizens. I was just sitting with a British friend of mine yesterday who was saying, Armenia wouldn't be a bad fit for someone like me. And there's a whole list of concerns when you add countries like Russia and Iran into the mix when it comes to future visa-free travel to places like the US, obtaining residency permits, etc. So that all has to be discussed. But very interesting early signs in the Armenian media about what an Armenian citizenship by investment program would look like. $50,000 seems reasonable to me. Seems too reasonable. Again, the market for these programs is overwhelmingly Chinese. I think that some of the folks that, like the Russians, the Ukrainians, who sometimes populate these programs in smaller numbers, some of those people might actually have claims to Armenian citizenship by descent. So I think that you're mainly going to see Chinese folks coming in. You have had Chinese investors come to do business in Armenia before. Some have left in frustration. But this is a potentially interesting program towards building a passport portfolio, which is something that we talk about here. Not just necessarily getting one second passport, but having a couple. And in this part of the world, certainly there's some things that have to be considered before you go and build that passport portfolio, but definitely something that I'm going to keep you updated about as time goes on. As more CBIs come out, and with this particular program in Armenia. If you want to learn more about passports, second passports, how to get one, strategies I recommend, different options that are available, subscribe to our channel. We've got hundreds of videos here, and we've got even more advanced strategies as well as opportunities for you to get some help in doing it at nomadcapitalist.com.